In this episode, we're going to take a look at another fantastic quote and lesson from the school of Stoicism. It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. Epictetus. I know everything. I've always known everything, and I don't need to hear anything that you're going to tell me. That's me probably 10, 15 years ago, even maybe 5 years ago. Definitely in my 20s, young man syndrome, late teens, early 20s, I thought I knew everything, and I didn't want to hear anything from anybody who I didn't respect or any of these key lessons in life. So I kept getting punched in the face, metaphorically. I kept tripping up. I kept getting frustrated why I wasn't moving forward in my life. And one of those reasons was because I was unwilling to open my mind to new learning, because I was young, arrogant, and egotistical. And because I'd spent 4 years at a university, I thought I was smart and I thought I should be running the company that I was working for. Lo and behold, that was probably the most idiotic, stupid, and ridiculously disappointing times in my life. It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. I have 100% suffered from this, and I'm pretty sure that everybody has at some point. Ask yourself a quick question. Have you ever gone into a conversation, a training class, or a seminar, and before going into that conversation or seminar or class, you know the subject well, and your thoughts in your mind are, what am I going to learn here? This is a waste of my time. And this is who Epictetus is talking about. Now, expand that thought you had when you went to that class or seminar or that conversation you had where you were like, I'm not going to learn anything here. But expand that out to being you all the time. Imagine that that's how you walked around every day, all day. That your life was just one where you didn't want to learn anything new because you thought you already knew everything. There are current people in our political atmosphere or hemisphere who get on like that, who think they know everything and start talking and then start tripping over their own lies and then backing out, and then they say 6 months later that they never said that. That is somebody who Epictetus would love to just slap a quote around their face with. Another good proverb that links into this whole quote by Epictetus is the one about having a glass. If your glass is already filled, how are you meant to pour more education into it? How are you meant to pour more learning? If you walk around all day thinking that your glass is full, your ego is telling you that your cup is already overspilling with knowledge, how are you ever meant to continue to learn, continue to grow, and continue to bring new learnings and education into your life? You can't. And that's where we go back to the metaphorical punches in the face. You trip over, you get frustrated. People around you might get promoted. Business opportunities might slide by. You might sit in your house or your room or wherever you are and blame the world because you aren't getting what your ego tells you should be getting. However, the moment will come when Epictetus will be standing beside you and whispering in your ear, it's because you think you already know this. It's been impossible for the people around you to tell you that you're making mistakes because you're so egotistical that you're unwilling to listen to them. And you know what? I can 100% agree to that. I've gone through that myself. In my struggling to succeed journey, I have been that person. I have been told 99 times by 99 different people to do something, and I've ignored it. But yet, the 100th time someone's told me, I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. I might do that. And then I have people from maybe a few years back who already knew me saying, oh yeah, I think we spoke about this a few years back. Oh, and you're doing that now? Think how much further ahead your life would be if you were a little bit more open to the suggestions and the education and the knowledge that is already out there. The thing that you're most passionate about right now, the thing that you want to achieve right now, you've probably already been told a way to get it done. But yet, your mindset hasn't allowed you to take that information and put it into practice. Take a step back today. Think about the thing that you want to do the most in your life, and think about how you're going to get there, and think about who's already told you how to do it, and then realize, oh shit, I thought I already knew everything, so I didn't need to learn anything, and it's been impossible for me to push this thing forward because I'm not willing to take on the learning and the knowledge that it will require for me to put into action what I need to do with my life. Once you remove your ego, and this is what Epictetus is saying in this quote, once you remove the ego of not wanting to learn because you know everything, all of a sudden you might find that you get further in life a lot quicker and a lot more easier.